Hey, it's Pabo back with another short video. So today I got a request from one of the guys and he was asking all the different Altdorf buffs. So today we're going to be going over the different Altdorf buffs and what value they could have. So currently, not every server's like this, but our server definitely is. We usually have somebody on Altdorf at all times. It gets a little weird with the PvP, but 99% of the players are pretty okay with not hitting somebody if they're going to hold Altdorf. For instance, like we're all kind of at war with BLDA in a sense right now. I don't know if it's war, but maybe kind of some rogue members. But like, I'm not going to go out of my way to hit Droid Rage right now. Just a waste. And he's giving everyone Altdorf buffs. So basically, when somebody's on Altdorf, you can ask them for different buffs. Some of these become obsolete, especially as you're focusing on different things. But each of them have a lot of value. So I'm just going to go over some of them. We have Despoiler, which is melee attack, range, damage bonus, and armor bonus. The Strategist, armor bonus, and health bonus. And I'm going to go over the third combat buff, which is Eradicator, melee attack bonus, and ranged attack bonus. These three you're pretty much going to want to see if you can grab for massive armies farming. For most of the minor armies events, including dwarves, Reichlins, what else? Greenskins are kind of weird because greenskins, again, like I'm hitting some right now, you got these level 15s. And for instance, they're still pretty tough for me. They take like 2 or 3 hits, depending on how I march. So sometimes, like, even the bigger guys will want these buffs. But generally, these buffs are kind of pretty available, especially to newer players. Like, if your server's pretty chill about it, just message the person on Altdorf. Ask them if you can grab a buff. And these will help a lot, especially when you're around that keep 20, 21 range. And well, actually, before Keep 21, you shouldn't even be hitting armies, low-key. Unless if you're, like, at the tail end of it, you should just be rushing to get to Keep 21. But once you're kind of Keep 21 to Keep 22, Keep 23, you might still need these buffs for some things. But then you get to a certain size where your armies can 6 march out of spec without any combat spec or anything. So they kind of become obsolete. But they'll reduce a lot of the heal costs that you'll be going through. We got Taskmaster, which is resource gathering speed and resource production. This usually goes to like a server bank, like whoever is kind of designated to or takes on the role of wanting to bank for the majority of RVR and other major events for their alliance or, you know, for the server. We usually kind of try to give it to them. Or if somebody, you know, specifically requests it for a period of time and like the person who is banking is offline, we'll say like, okay, yeah, you can grab it for a little bit. Or sometimes there is some favoritism with it. Like, you know, if there's a BLDA holding, they might kind of prioritize their guys over the rest of the guys. But it's not as much like priority either. It's kind of like you see them, so you just DM them faster. You just notice that they're on it faster. And yeah, it's kind of like their choice, so don't make too many enemies, you know. Whereas these two are kind of core, Sorcerer and Grindstone. Those are almost always reserved for like the top players on the server. And the reason for that is they kind of you know, you can't do any upgrades after a certain point without needing them, basically. And they save like thousands of war / speed ups because it'll dramatically cut down your ritual speed. Like, I know Oink like has the full ritualist set or pretty close to it, and he's still using ritual speed buffs because, I mean, it's just saving him still 10% on like a 100-day speed up. That's fantastic. Whereas for smaller guys that are like keep 21, except for like, you know, your actual keep upgrades, if you get a keep upgrade, you could usually like request to, you know, grab it. I would recommend it if you're keep 21, keep 22, keep 23. Whenever you're doing a keep upgrade, like try to grab it, you know, or ask for it. And Grindstone is the construction speed one, and the Sorcerers is the ritual speed one. Yeah, like rituals get super freaking expensive. Just to show you, I got this Feel No Pain, freaking 66 days, and I already waited like what? I think I waited like 10 days off of this. So I just sat through like 6 or 7 days off of it. And this is with like a full ritualist set, you know, or half ritual set, half Reichlins, because Reichlins also give a fair amount of, you know, ritual speed. If you're going for the full build, like the full army grind build, or you're going to be a warbrand leader or something, or you're like building up like strong solo marches and warbrands, I would say it does help a lot with the ritualist set. So, you guys want to watch me hit this? Here we go. Oh, actually, cheat a little bit. See what happens. There we go. I don't have to go back. That's fantastic. And lastly, we have this final buff, and that's going to be troop training. These usually get kind of crowded out, especially during troop training, like Infernals or something, especially if people don't have any of like rewards to pop. Sometimes, like if you have like a, you know, Tzeentch Devour event and you finished it and you golded it or whatever, you got all these like troop rewards. So for like any Infernals or any Alliance, you know, events, you can gold them if everyone kind of just pitches in there, pitches in with their you know, Devour on the same day. And that's just another great tip. But, you know, everyone will also try to grab this troop training speed buff as well. I would strongly recommend if you're on a server that you know, has Altdorf, that, you know, you guys can come to some kind of agreement, even if you guys do choose the PvP or don't, just to share Altdorf, because it will grow your server at a much faster pace. And yeah, I mean it's nice. Recently I've kind of just shied away from most PvP just cuz, like, at a certain point you get diminishing returns on PvP. I've kind of talked with some people about this, but when you're early on in the game, I think it's really important to PvP. And, you know, try to grab combat boosts or whatever and keep growing and stuff. And mostly just on the PvP weekends, so you're not blowing too many TPs and stuff. But you need those resources to just grow. And your speed ups, even the ones you get from, you know, Devour, LWL weekends, all the shared speed ups that you'll get in spoils, that's like what, 1,000, 2,000, you know, that's a couple of days of speed ups. Let me see, what do we got? 1,800 divided by 74. Is it? Is that really that many? That's 75 days worth of speed ups? That's insane. Huh. But yeah, that's pretty much enough to like push all the way through something. And if you're on a pretty active alliance that's hitting all the LWLs, you should be able to get between 1,500 and like close to 2,000 at max participation in LWLs. But basically, when you're at that early level, the speed ups are like massive to grow. You have an exponential amount of them, whereas you have a limiting amount of resources. When you get to higher levels, you have more resources that you can get than speed ups, especially if you're done with armies and all you do all day is just gather. So all the perma you're taking, it is perma of troops and of resources, but it's also perma of your speed ups, basically, because you have to probably speed train a good portion of those troops. So, you know, everyone has their own decision how they want to play. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. And did I kill that? No. Fuck me. All right. Well, have a good one, guys, and happy grinding. I'll see you guys later.